All right, this about a boss chick, man. This about a boss chick by the name of Cali. She's from Alabama, so I just call her Bama. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but you know that's how we talk back then. So you understand how this thing go, man. All right. So now we're gonna start the intro and get this thing popping because it's time to ride. All right. All right, so that's what it is. Unique Mecca audio. I just want to let that ride for a little bit. Because right now, I'm in what you call a unique zone. A unique zone is when you get there and you just ride and, you know, you just take the people where you want to take them because you who you are and you can do what you want to do. And you know the ride is going to be fire because everything you did has been nothing but fire. Gunshots. 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 Now, this is about Cali from Bama. You know what I mean? She's a nice little chocolate piece. She beautiful. You know, she from Alabama. You know, I met her down in Miami, so you understand. I met her down in Miami. Now, I'm going to take you on a nice ride. Y'all going to really love this one here. I met Cali down in Miami. You know, I told y'all about the story when I rolled up in there. I was messing with this other little thick chick from Jacksonville, and, you know, she was butter. You know what I mean? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You know, man, gunshots, 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 and gunshots. Got to give her gunshots. Got to give her gunshot. You know, gunshots when it's fire. Gunshots when it's fire. Now, this girl right here was so fire. That's what I told you about when I was driving in the black 325 BMW. It's one of the Miami Nights Street Chronicles, recent. I'm riding in a 325 BMW. They in the deuce and a quarter. We raced up the street, and then, you know, I ain't wanted the deuce and a quarter past me because I had a deuce and a quarter in the fast run. You know what I mean? But in the long run, the deuce and a quarter gonna bust a BMW 325 ass all day. But I wasn't gonna let him bust my ass in front of my little cutie. So you know I had to perform, and you know I jammed on the brakes at a yellow light and. You know, police right there on the side. They see me. I make a 360 because it was kind of a light, misty rain. And, you know, I'm just taking you on a ride so you get a mental visual where unique is that right now. You know, so just sit back. Well, this is that chick from back then. You know what I mean? This way when I sit down with my homies, this is the way we talk. You know what I mean? That's my chick from back then. Now, this is the first night I met her. So we rolled up at the Rolling Pub, and I tell you, we rolled in the Rolling Pub, and when we rolled in the Rolling Pub, all type of shit jump off, dude pull out the joint, and he start barking, bang, 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 bang. I grabbed the girls, I'm way throw them on the floor. You know what I mean? One of them was a girl that I was hitting the week before when I came down there to the Rolex, and I met another one the next week. You know, you go down here and meet a different chick every week when you get money. Not now at 59, let's get that straight. That's why I ain't really been down there like I used to. But if I was back at 27, 25, I would have definitely went back down there. You know, so it ain't to promote nothing. I'm just having fun reminiscing. So now, we shoot down in that joint. And, you know, big thick chick, I throw her on the ground. But she's one of the ones I was seeing the week before. She got a little attitude. She pushing me all to me. Nigga ain't gonna bust off. Nigga got a big ass Tech 9 in the middle of the dance floor. And he dancing, waving the Tech 9. Now, I'm from New York. New York City. The Big Apple. I'm up there with killers and boogeymen. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I'm up there with the lynch mob. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm up there with Harry O. You know, I'm up there with the real 50 Cent. You understand? This was going on at this time, you know? And I'm down here in, you know, Miami, I'm chilling. So, I'm on my gangster mode, but, I'm there to have fun. They don't know who I am. Of course, I got my jewels on. I'm looking good, That's why I was doing a nice little joint for you. A little sweatsuit, something like I would have worn one of those nights. One of those nice Miami nights. So picture this is, Miami skyline, even though you see the Empire State Building. So we riding. And Shorty get mad because I was hitting the week before. Now I'm sure messing with this little new Shorty. And the little Shorty, she bad. She just came down. Everybody on her. Because she's not really into the bisexual thing yet. But she's bi-curious. That's the word they used back then. You understand? So you understand. So it's where this girl is at. But when I meet, I see she was green. I'm talking about green like a fresh apple on the tree before it gets any sunlight green. That's how green this girl was. So I brings in New York, and but we hung out down there, and that weekend we went to Joe Robbie Stadium. Y'all remember Joe Robbie Stadium? Big round of applause, Joe Robbie Stadium. big round of applause. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm giving a big round of applause to Joe Robbie Stadium. You know what I mean? Because y'all ride with me right now. I'm telling the story. You see, I can just go where I want to go. Just relax. Joe Robbie Stadium get a round of applause because that gave the black inner city youth somewhere to take their dirt bikes and four-wheelers to go ride. I go down to Miami, so I go right to the dealer, and, I go buy a couple of four-wheelers. I invite a couple of homies down, and, we ride on the highway, take 441, we run up on the joint, we do what we want to do. And, we go Joe Robbie Stadium. Over there by the pink house is where the booby boys at. So I know what I'm talking about. This Miami I'm talking about. I'm all the way from New York City. I'm from the Big Apple, and I'm telling you about Miami. You know what I mean? So, you got Joe Robbie Stadium there, right up the street. You got, the pink houses where Booby used to be at. So I go ride the, four-wheeler over there. I got the Tech 9 over my shoulder with a little windbreaker on. You know what I mean? That's how I'm riding up the highway with the Tech 9 and the windbreaker, on the four-wheeler, Miami up on 441. You know what I mean? Get off up there by Joe Robbie Stadium. I get off over there at the stadium, and, Booby across the street. Booby straight killer. That's a boogeyman. And he got to get his round of applause. He got to get his round of applause. All right, calm down, y'all. Calm down. Booby get his round of applause. Yeah, I'm down. I go ride a four-wheeler. I get back on the highway, take it back over there, and I go park the joint in a little garage. I got a nice little stash house over there. And, then later on, we go to Luke Skywalker on the beach. Remember Luke's on the beach across on 5th Street? Yeah, I had something to do with 5th Street, too. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But you remember 5th Street was Jamaica Club on one side of the street, and Luke Skywalker joint was, right across the street. You know what I mean? So, that's how that thing go. So I used to walk back and forth from the joint that I had an investment in right there at 5th Street on the beach. I'm getting money over there. You know me, if they get money, I got to get money. I'm in Miami, they get money. I got to get some of that money. You know what I mean? So I cut to one of my Jamaican homeboys that knew my mother from back in Jamaica, and he had 5th Street on the beach. You know what I mean? Big shout out. You know who he is. You know what I mean? And I'm chilling over there at 5th Street, and I walk over to Luke's on the beach. You know what I mean? Go hang out up in here. The girls, these dudes is going wild. Like, dudes in Miami, they not a party. Listen. They call me, so you understand, the New York Luke. Because I brought Luke Skywalker girls to New York and show them what time it is. Now, I roll up in Luke's, and dudes is groping and grabbing the girls. I mean, like they're a piece of meat fresh off the factory. Mind you, I'm 24, 25, so you know me, I'm loving it. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it 100. I'm back in my zone, 25. Yeah, at 59, you know what I mean? Nah, I'm not into that. But back then, that joint, I seen them doing that. I mean, the girls walk through with the baddest outfits, and you got a line of dudes standing up there, and everybody just groping. I'm talking about grabbing the crotch like it's theirs. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how they grabbing the crotch. So I really like Miami for that. You know what I mean? They knew how to party and knew how to do their thing. Now, wow, they're sitting there doing their thing. Let's ride back to the joint. Dude, pull out the Tech 9 so he can check in the joint. And Girlfriend on the ground. I done smothered both of them to make sure they safe. She cussing me out. That nigga wasn't gonna shoot. How you know a nigga not gonna shoot? They got a big takedown in the middle of the dance floor. You know what I mean? This is what I'm dealing with, man. You know? So, I take my little shorty back to the crib that night, to speed it up. I bone her out, of course I did my thing. I'm gonna keep it 100. I knocked her back out. So, she wanted to know when I was going back to New York. So I tell her I'm getting ready to go back to New York. It's the first time I'm meeting her, so she never been in New York. So now she want to come to New York, and I tell her, look, you come to New York, but there's certain rules. There's certain regulations, and this is the way it go. So just sit back and pay attention. Either you're with it, you're not with it. If you're not with it, it's no problem. If you're with it, we can move forward and keep this thing moving. Now, I told her straight up, I said, you come to New York, but I'm fucking everything that move. You know what I mean? I kept it 100. You know what I mean? I said, I'm fucking everything that move. You come to New York, you know what I mean? You come dance, you can make money, you know what I mean? I give you $200 a night, and then you keep all the tips. You guarantee to make over $2,000. Whatever you don't make, or at $2,000, I'll give you the balance of $2,000. Because my niggas spending money. Big shout out to my niggas. Big shout out to my niggas. Club 2000 in the house. Club 2000 in the house. Remember, Club 2000 in the house. All right, let's get this right. Club 2000 in the house.
Mecca audio.
That's who was responsible. Mecca audio. You know what I mean? You looking at it. Now, I tell them, I bring it to New York, you can't sit there, you can't talk to nobody. I'm a school, I want a school. If I want to bring a female to the crib that we stay in, they got a nice little mini mansion upstate, Yonkers, up that way. If you wanna stay with me, you can stay in my house, or you can stay down there with the other, scrippers, you know what I mean, stay when they come to New York. But if you want to ride with me, I'm gonna show you how to be a rider. You know what I mean? So she said, I want to be a rider. I said, all right, well, bottom line, that's what it is. You can't school nobody. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to take you with me. You're going to carry the pistol. You're going to hold the dope. If anything happens, you claim responsibility, because I can come get you out and you can't come get me out. All right? If anything happens, you get caught up, you know what it is. We're going to keep it 100. You know what I mean? And you're going to hold that pack down. And I'm going to come get you out. If they call a little bail, I'm going to get the lawyer. We're going to get you out of the situation, but you might have to ride for a minute, and you might even have to sit in jail for a minute. But whatever it is, that's what it is, and that's how it goes. Y'all with me? Now, I'm giving y'all the exclusive jewels. That's why I say, man, you know what I mean? Instagram on the screen and Cash App right there right now, man. Let me get an announcement, because my Cash App still work, man. All right? Let's get this thing going.
Special announcement, man. If you go to my Cash App, $unique Mecca Hall, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, don't send money. Period. Only Unique Mecca Hall, then it'll show up Waynesworth Hall. That's my account. Nothing else is my account. Alright?
And I still get money at that account. Alright? So let's keep this thing rolling. So now, I got stood on the ground, she pushing me up. So she pushed me up and she tell me, chill out, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And I already know that she just vexed because I got this little chocolate thing with me from Bama, Cali, So, we sit there, we holler for a minute, and she's showing off that she got a dude from New York, he was from Mount Vernon. You know what I mean? Keep it 100, you know what I mean? I say what I say because I don't say no names. But, those who was in the play, they know who it was. Now, dude from Mount Vernon. So she bragging that she got a real bottle from New York, and New York. She don't even know no disrespect to Mount Vernon, but we don't even consider Mount Vernon as New York. You know what I mean? But it is New York. I'm just keeping it 100. Tell you how our mentality was back then, so no disrespect to Mount Vernon. You know what I mean? So that's how we looked at it back then. But I got some official dudes because my man, Andre up there. That's all I'm going to say. I met some good brothers up there. I don't want to say their names. I don't know if I want to say their names. But right now, I'm letting you know I consider them as New York. You know what I mean? But back then, they didn't consider Mount Vernon as New York. They considered it more like the suburbs. Just giving it 100 what it is. Now, she bragging she got this dude. But come to find out, this dude, he copping for me down in New York. You know what I mean? But I shut down shop in New York because they had a drought. You understand what I'm saying? So the drought just began. Escobar with the with the Medellin, you know what I mean, was getting the drugs at the time, you know. And they had the whole Washington Heights on lock. If anybody went there that was with the Cali cartel, they go kill their family back in Cali, let them suffer here in the United States. So nobody went up there, but I had a Cali connect. So when Escobar shut down, it's in my best interest to at least wait a week. Within a week to 10 days, all hell gonna break loose when the shit shut down, you know? I'm talking about one key that I got for 10,000 that was going for 17,000, now going for 25 to 30,000. Extra 10 grand. And I told y'all in another video, I'm gonna give y'all a good ride, man. Y'all better make sure you use this damn Cash App, man. Make sure you use this Cash App coming up right there. Make sure it say Waynesworth Hall after you put it in $Unique Mecca Hall. Now, because there's some jewels I'm getting ready to give you. I told y'all on my man Johnny Mitchell, go check out my documentary over there. I did a documentary with Johnny Mitchell where I brought him New York and showed him around where everything first started at, and gave my little interview right there on the street corner, which was straight fire, So now, Johnny Mitchell doing his thing. You know what I mean? So he put his joint up, and I told him in it, when we did the interview, that I take drugs before I take cash. So if a dude give me, let's say a little 500 keys. Dude give me a little 500 keys. I sell 200 keys. I'm going to give him all the money, including my profit from the 200 keys. Because now my keys become money. I could take those keys when it's a drought and nobody else have nothing, and I've been stocked up because I know it's only 6 months. For 6 months at a time, I give all my money to connect, get all the drugs, get a new batch, still got more drugs left over to sell me. Maybe even have 120 keys to sell. But that's 120 keys to have during a drought when joint go from, 17 to 30 to 40. I've seen keys go to $40,000. I sold kilos for $40,000 in New York City. You know what I mean? Back in the 80s. 40,000. Now, when I talk, I want anybody to challenge me. Anybody. Because I know there's a lot of haters and suckers, watching. Big shout out to the men. You know what I mean? My man 10 Toes Down, 050, Hassan Campbell. You understand what I'm saying? The whole crew. Everybody that do their thing, man. I represent them because they do it in New York. They keep a lot of controversy going, but that's how they do their thing. And, I enjoy the content because when you want to watch something, you go to different channels. You know what I mean? Because everybody has something different. There's other people that even bid certain people joints. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody gonna make money. So I don't mind calling out names because I watch 050 and I laugh. I love him. He's a funny dude. You know what I mean? And Sub-Zero. You know what I mean? Another funny dude. I mean, because, but they're men, let's get that straight 100%. But they're funny because their content is supposed to be on some entertainment funny time. So, you just enjoy the content. But, my man 10 Toes, he goes in on everybody. You know what I mean? If y'all know 10 Toes Down, go check out 10 Toes Down. Then you got Hassan Campbell, he gonna speak his mind 100. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like him, controversy, but this is YouTube and it's the way it works. Hassan Campbell right now, he like the king of the YouTube. You know what I mean? To me, because he got good content, then he got crazy content where he feeding everybody else's mess. You know what I mean? But he hold his own. So you got to respect that. Big shout out to Haas. Big shout out to Haas. Big shout out to Haas. You know what I mean? Because I just sit back and I watch the entertainment And, the brothers is good at what they do, man. You know what I mean? And they definitely get a round of applause. They definitely get a round of applause. Because you're supposed to just watch this to just, if you want to get serious, you pull up a serious video. You want to know about UFOs, pull up UFOs. You want to know about, sharks on the water. You pull up sharks on the water and you just do your thing. You know what I mean? So, so I just had a text It was a good text. I always get good texts, you know. That's one from one of the homies in the prison. You know what I mean? I'll tell you about it later. But when that joint happened with Shorty and she hit the ground, you understand? And everything just broke wild. Everything just broke wild. You know what I mean? We know it was because of that. But anyway, I tell my little shorty from Bama that's named Cali, I tell her straight, because see, that's how I ride. Just relax and let me ride. So I tell my little shorty from Cali, from Bama, you know, we call it Cali. I tell her straight up, I say, you come to New York, I'm going to screw everything that move. I'm going to bring them to the crib that we at. You know what I mean? You're going to, you know, you're going to be my woman, but this is the way it's going to be. You understand? Now, if it's a female you like, you let me know and I'll bring her in and, you know, we do what we got to do. See, when you get money, you just lay the shots and lay the rules and put it out there. So Shorty said she was with it, you know, but I let her know straight up, you know, you can't talk to nobody else because if you talk to somebody else, it ain't about emotions but I love a dog and none of that crap. It's because, now pay attention, if I had a cash app on the screen, it must say Waynesworth Hall. After you put in $, you need to make a hall. Now, you know what I mean? So you understand what I'm saying. We got all types of things going on. And jumping off. But at the same time, you gotta know what time it is. You don't want her to talk to other dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Not because you care who she's screwing, because it's irrelevant. One thing about the ill na-na, that joint, it's an ill na-na because it push out a baby this damn big. You know what I mean? And then after it do that, it stretch back. You know what I mean? Where your little joint could fit it in. You know what I mean? After it pushed out 9, 10 ounces. So let's stop the crap. So you understand that's where we at. You know? So it wasn't about that. The reason why I didn't want to talk to nobody else because you got other wolves out there. Other gangsters out there. You don't want them to go talking to the other gangsters. And when they talk to the other gangsters, a gangster slide up on her and get information just from general conversation that she don't even realize that she's dry snitching from just having a straight conversation. Understand? That's where this go with the prison talk. Like I'm riding. See, in the prison, we say you can't sit there talking to the police for more than 30 days without getting the pack. Only reason you talk to the police because you expect them, you're trying to break the police because you expect the police to be weak and you able to convince him to bring you contraband that's going to make you funds on the compound. You know what I mean? So that's where we at, you know? So it's the same thing. She talked to a dude on the street. It got to be for me to make a sale, for me to make a profit, so I could give her a profit. We work together. She understood that. So now she come to New York, I take her on the first test run. I let her know straight up, when I go in the club, if a nigga get too close, you roll up on him and you just open your jacket and you just show that 9mm .380. And that'll be letting them know that he's getting too damn close. You know what I mean? So I let him know if I pull up at a red light, you jump out at the red light. If we need blunts, if we need a Heineken, because there's no reason for us not to always have a Heineken in our hand or get a stout. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? A blunt already rolled up. So that's your job. You're my shotgun. You keep me high with a Heineken or alcohol to drink. You know what I mean? And I play the Brucey B tapes, and if the music start to die down, your job is to put in a different hype tape to bring the mood up, or find a spot in the tape to bring the mood up. So it's your job to keep my spirits up. That's it. And for that, I give you 10, 20 grand a week. Because as long as my spirit's up, I'm going to get money. You see how this thing works? That's why in California, you know, this is how I ride. See, I'm going to sit back for y'all who don't know. That's why in California, they say when you get divorced from your wife get half. Because even though you're the one that went out and made the money, she's the one that made the home comfortable for you to come home, get your good sex, get your good meal, lay down, think, and go back and start over the next day. So the woman is just as responsible. That's why I say they secondary when both necessary. We're not going to get in it because, you know, man is God. You know, so y'all could do all the little, what they call that, Western Hemisphere. You know what I mean? Game playing, you know, with words. But anyway, so we up at the joint, right? Shorty's all the way out of control. All the way out of control, you know. So she comes up, says she can handle it. So I go out, I bring a little shorty back to the crib. And, you know, as soon as we come in, she got the joints rolled up. She hands the Heineken. She making sure the party stay right. She put a good tape in the tape deck. And we chilling, you know. And I got the little shorty I bought there. So I tell the little shorty, give me some head. Shorty, of course, tell me, nah, she's here. I can't do it for another female. What's the difference? You suck it anyway. Either way, you suck it. Right or wrong. So if you suck it, let's just get right to the sucking and get it over with, you know. So of course, man, you know, I'm not trying. I put my hand on the back of her head, palm of my head, threw a ponytail in between my fingers right there. And I just pulled it down on the joint, nice and slow. Of course, you already know, she feeling the mouth, she do what she got to do. My little shorty's sitting there, and she's smoking the joint. She tell me, nah, don't forget to lick the sides. You know, and she tell the little shorty that's working what to do. This my little shorty that I trained, you know what I mean, little Cali, you know, from Bama. You know, so that's how I train them. But, you know, I know a lot of y'all don't like me using the words train, but, you know, there's no other word for them. But I trained her to be, you know what I mean, unique to five. You know what I mean? To be on unique time. Because it's all about me. I'm getting the money. So you got to help make me happy so I can continue to make the money. So, you know, we sitting there doing our thing and, you know, the little shorty jumped up. She said, oh, man, when the girl got up, you know, 'cause after she, you know, she popped up, you know how they bob. You know, like they bobbing for apples, you know. So she pop up, bang. You know what I mean? So she pop up. Shorty get up, she go in the living room, go pour some more wet, open a bottle more wet. So we start drinking. So, you know, this was happening. You know, so we ride and chill it, you know. So everything worked out right. She passed that first test. So now I said, okay, let's go down south. I grabbed 25 keys. You know, $20,000 a piece, that's $500,000. I don't know about down there, I'm selling for different prices between 30, you know what I mean, and, you know, and 20, and I'm getting it for 10. So you can imagine the profit that I'm getting. So I grab a little 25, I throw it in a duffel bag. You know what I mean? I take it out to the car, open up, spread it out in the stash, and I bring the joint down south. Me and her drive down south. So we might stop off in Philly first. So I stop off in Philly, go to one of the local bars. Because back then, Philly didn't have no club. They had just bars on corner. I don't know how it is now, but back then it was just bars on corner in Philly. So I pull up in Philly, you know what I mean? I see a dude at the bar, look like he get money, little jewels, things like that, gold teeth in his mouth. You know, I sick my little shorty on him. I said, yo, go see what he paying for joints. Boom, they say, she buy him a drink. Nigga ain't used to that. You know how that go. So now she buy him a drink. And she, of course, she get right to asking him, you know what I mean? What you paying for a joint? Nigga might say 40. So, you know, she don't make no deal. She just come back and say, he's paying 40, daddy. I said, all right, you know, go tell him that you can give it to him for 30. I don't even want 35. I want to make some money. I'm going to make 20 off the rip, you know, so, you know, let him make his. So I go to him and I tell him I give it to him for X amount. So I give it to him for X amount. He take it for X amount. You know what I mean? He said, give me 5. So I give him 5, you know what I mean? So I just made a little set. Go to D.C., do the same thing. You know, hit Virginia, drop off a little 5. You know what I mean? I take 10 and I shoot down to North Carolina just because I want to party in North Carolina. So when I get down here in North Carolina, I do my thing. I drop the joint off in North Carolina and meet the homie the same way. And, you know, shorty on point. I go in the joint. Dude get too close, you pull the joint on it. You know, I've been on here long enough, man. Let me tap out. All right? Let's go.
Cheers, cheers, crime. Fresh out the pen, I'm 20 6. He back on the strip, get it back in the mix. What minutes is gift? You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in home. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you gon' get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you gon' visit. Then you consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get used from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention when was stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grands got along. A man that generated minutes on the block. Did his time, never swill it to the cops, make the audio. Get it out like 2 G's in the night. Drop top, beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind. Spend a couple bands on the dapper fan. You got that kid, he green like Packers fan. No cap, this is raw uptown. They horn uptown, the minute they bust down. Now we on the positive, you got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, living dead. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now we're about selling drugs, buying cars, buying property to make the community y'all. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them. And bless up to all of the